My client's condo was trashed. The tenants destroyed it. And every agent that he spoke to said the same thing: renovate it. And I came in and I said, wait a second. Let's run the numbers first. This condo is located in Falls Church, and it was in really rough shape left in really rough shape by the tenants. And my client started to clean it up and trying to renovate it. And they just kind of like ran out of steam because they kind of lost direction, didn't know exactly where to go. So they brought me in to help prepare and sell it. And most agents, they want to just jump in and say, renovate it, do this. And quite frankly, while that might be the end answer, that's not the right answer in the beginning. When I came in to look at the unit and look at the condition, after a little bit of research, I did a little bit of research before I arrived at it, and I looked at this, I said, okay, there are three options really to consider here. Number one, sell it as is, sell it to a flipper. You're going to take a hit on the net, but you're going to get rid of it fairly quickly. Second option is just to do the bare minimum. The bare minimum to get the house ready. It was not habitable. The bathrooms needed to be redone. The kitchen needed to be updated, or it needed to just be fixed so it could be, so somebody could get a mortgage on it. And then the third option was to do a total renovation, bring it up to, a move-in ready type thing, make it very nice. And so those were the three options that we're looking at. But the real question is, that I told the seller is, I said, what we really need to look at is, okay, we have these three options. What is going to get you the best net result in your pocket at the end of the day? The real question is, what condos would the buyers compare this to? And that one question changes everything. Buyers don't buy in a vacuum, they compare. So I told the seller, I said, here's how I will approach this. One is I'll run a full-blown market analysis on this property. Not only looking at your community, I'll be looking at other communities that are nearby within a half-mile radius. We'll be looking at comparing unit to unit, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, conditions. We're going to be looking at amenities. We're going to be looking at location. We're going to be looking at walkability. We're going to be looking at transportation. We're going to get a whole picture of what everybody's going to be comparing it to and what's available in this area. The second thing we're going to do is I'm going to run a cost analysis for the three scenarios that we talked about. So I'm going to look at the cost analysis so you can get an idea of what the cost going in if you decide to go A, B, or C. And then with that, I will come back and I will go to my title company's website, and I'll do a seller's net sheet based on projected sales price for each one of these options in here. And when we're done with that, that'll give you a net result, what you'll put into your pocket, less what the renovations cost are going to be. And finally, what I'm going to do is putting my builder's cap on, and I'm going to throw all that information into a spreadsheet. So at that point, we can start manipulating and looking at, okay, if we sell it as is, there's really not anything to manipulate. But if we do the minor renovation, this is what I project that we're going to do. This is what I think the sales price is going to be. This is what the net's going to be. If we do the major renovation, here are the different elements that we're going to do on this major renovation. Here are the costs associated with all that. Here's your seller net sheet, and this is what you're going to end up when you walk away from that. With that information, you'll be able to make, I'm talking to the seller, they will be able to make the right determination based on what their needs are. Sometimes the seller net may be different than what a realtor thinks, because maybe the seller they want to get out of it right away. They don't want to do any of this, or they're willing to take a little bit less money if they have other things to do. So there's the psychology behind preparing this thing is not only me presenting the numbers, but then the seller needs to turn around and look at what their actual goals and needs are to make that right decision. So taking this a little bit step further is that the seller has the information based on data, not opinion. And really this is we have to understand this is a business, this is data. We have to take the emotion out of it. We got to look at the data and what's going on. And that's what they get by running the real numbers. And then by being able to see each path, it really makes it clear, and it allows the seller to make all these look at the different scenarios and decide again what's worth it for her. And then, when I make my recommendation, it's backed by numbers. It's not backed by, oh, I think this is going to sell for this much, which is kind of BS. It's going to be backed by hard numbers and backed by market trends, and backed by real data to where they can actually say, yeah, this is where I think it's going to go. And so then the seller can make an informed decision, not a emotional one. If you have a property that needs work, don't let anybody tell you what to do before they run the numbers. That's what I do. I'm a licensed builder and a realtor. And so I see both sides of it. So let's talk before you spend $1 on this thing. You can contact me. I got the link right after this little video here. So contact me, let's talk. It's free. And in the meanwhile,